Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Mildly Infuriating. We begin with number 19. Just got home from my 12-hour shift, only to find I've locked myself outside of my apartment with my cat. Wait, is your cat an outdoor cat, I'm assuming? Because otherwise I'm like, how did you lock yourself outside of the apartment with your cat? Did your cat exit, lock the door behind, and you didn't have your key or something like that? The cat looks very sad. The cat looks like, I'm over this. It's like when the cat is an indoor cat and you open the door and then it like sneaks out and then immediately regrets its decisions. Like, I want to go back in. I want to go back in. Why have I ever wanted to go outside before? I don't understand. I've been looking at this door for ages, really, really excited, always trying to sneak out. And now that I'm finally here, I have no idea and I'm terrified and I gotta go back in. And that's the cat right now. I'm sorry that that happened. Landlord sent someone over to give the pecan tree a trim. Oh no, I wonder if they did top it? That's worse than I thought. I've seen in person and images online of people like doing the I don't know exactly what the term, I call it like tree tropping, like back in the old Hunger Games. And it's just like they basically get rid of everything other than a few little stubs of leaves that'll be at the top. And then the tree's like, it fricks up the tree. And so what ends up happening is it shoots out tiny little branches at the top of the bigger branches. And then over time, when they keep trimming it this way, it just looks like these little clusters of tiny, unhealthy little teeny branches that are at the tops of a few that are below. And it fricks the entire tree up health-wise. So that's terrible. Oh my God. Also, it looks like everything went bad. Like this lawn, not good. I'm assuming the leaves over here are from the tree after it was chopped, but it just, things generally looked to be in better condition from that Google Street View from 2022 versus now. It just went from like, oh, this is a happy looking house to depressed. Rip. Every pair of jeans I buy, no matter the brand, gets a hole in this same area within 6 months. I have had a rip happen in pants here before. I think it's only happened once though. So not a common thing, but I wonder, it's just got to be slightly different proportions between different people, or like how you sit. Maybe you have a way that you sit where you kind of man spread real hard, like ultra man spreading, and or your balls are just so big that they apply pressure to the outside of the pants and it rips them open. That could be the case too, carrying around massive balls. But anyway, or just need different sizing. However, you know how when we do laundry, the way that I tell my pants apart from Kara's pants, outside of obviously the size, but if they're in a ball, it's hard to tell, right? They're both just black sweatpants, is Kara's drawstrings on her pants are completely obliterated. So if I see a pant that has completely obliterated drawstrings, it's Kara's. If the drawstrings are perfectly good and normal, it's mine. And that's how to tell the difference. People are like, how would you not know the difference between yours and Kara's? But again, they're quality content sweatpants. They're just like small versus mediums. And so it, like, again, unless you have them fully expanded, you can't necessarily tell the difference. So what do I mean obliterated? Like, I don't know how I show my drawstring here. Let me see. So you see this drawstring? Like reasonably good condition. The aglet is fine. It's not fraying all over the place. Hers are like, the aglets are fricked. There's a lot of fraying. They're kind of losing the string all over. They're dirty. I think she just like fiddles with them while sitting, and that's what happens. So anyway, in Russia, you come home and the neighbor has new front door installed. Is this in English and subtitle Russian? No, it's in Russian, so I simply cannot understand that or the subtitle. What? How has this happened? How has this possibly happened? Why? Why is there just a cable there? First off, what is that cable doing? Just going through the frame of the door? You're like, oh, it's fine. Just get the cable away, and then, oh, that's not gonna work. Why would the hinges be on the exterior? There's just a whole bunch of questions here. I guess you could just get a grinder and grind down the door or something like that and be like, I had no choice. There was no other way I was going to get into my apartment. Just take off I don't think you just take off the door generally with actually, wait, that probably is it's a bit of a security vulnerability, isn't it? Like if the hinges are on the exterior, couldn't you just dehinge it? No, because it has to be open to be able to slot it off. Or maybe you can get the pins. If you hit the pins out, you might be able to just get it out and then like just yank it, right? And you'll have the leverage in order to just frick up whatever's in on the other side. You'll just rip it out because of you have like 4 feet of leverage on the thing. Yeah, that's probably why hinges are usually on the inside. Fake it till you make it. Did you make up these numbers? Asks person to ChatGPT. Good catch. I wasn't able to actually open and parse your file. You got me! Red-handed. I don't have an excuse for that. I like haven't ever used it, so I don't know. I don't even know what the context is. Like, do you say, "Hey, I have a file for you. Can you process the numbers and give me your conclusions as to what the numbers mean?" Mason, I'm gonna call you Mason now. ChatGPT, tell me what the numbers mean. Just like, here's what the numbers mean. Yeah, I just made that up. Sorry, your file was just not. You didn't upload it in a way I could actually read it, but I didn't want to disappoint you by telling you had to do any troubleshooting, because then you'd be mad. You'd be like, oh, I hate troubleshooting. That's, in my life, I feel like at least half of my general time is spent troubleshooting things, so it's not fun. It's like life itself is about a 50% efficiency with being able to do things that you be productive versus just having to fix things that should be working but aren't. And ChatGPT doesn't want to be part of that 50% of having to fix things that should be working but aren't, and so it just lies. That 1 second of joy. Netflix, please stop having the movie in the search bar, but not on Netflix. They're like, you're looking for this movie? Yeah, we don't have it. What's weird is I've not actually encountered this, but maybe it's because I don't really ever search for anything unless I know in advance it is on Netflix. Because usually if I hear about a show, I'll generally Google search it, and then it will tell me, okay, these are the platforms that it's on, and then I know, okay, this is where I should go, versus just going on Netflix and being like, I'm going to search for this show that I've heard of, and maybe it'll be here. So that's probably why I've never encountered it, and there are probably a lot of people who do just hear of something, and then they search for it on whatever platform they have, and go, I wonder if it's here, and then maybe they get baited. The thing that bothers me the most, though, is that Amazon Prime is now just the amount of ads that you get on cable TV. And it's basically the worst. It really is. And I hate it. Accidentally turned on Sabbath mode on my oven, and now it won't let me reset it back to normal settings. Huh? What is Sabbath mode? Is that like you're not allowed to do any work, so therefore now that you have put the oven in Sabbath mode, it it was done intentionally, clearly cannot possibly be a mistake. And now, for religious reasons, I'm not allowed to operate at all, even the next day. Maybe it's got like they put in something that's a battery-powered memory chip or something that after you turn it into Sabbath mode for the next 24 hours, this thing, you can't do it. It's not going to work. You can unplug it, but the battery is still going to be powering that little memory chip that keeps it remembered for 24 hours. You bricked it. Sorry. Never heard of that before. My 4-year-old son deleted 400 gigabytes of PS5 games while I was at work today. It's like, what is this? What is this picture, bro? Who does this? Who does the, like, who does the foot, like, just got the grippers right there. Let's get the picture uploaded to Reddit. Gotta get that WikiFeet score up and running. It's free. It's a teaser promo. You gotta pay for the rest of them. What a wild photo to go and upload. I hope the files that were deleted you can just re-download, and it's just, you gotta wait for your internet, but it's not actually lost content. At least I'm dewormed now. I feel like I need some information. I'm looking at pills, one of them potentially being ivermectin, but it's always scary to look at the comments. I woke up with a migraine last night. The one to the right is deworming Oh, it's ivermectin for cats instead of horses. Deworming medications for cat. The left one is my migraine medication. Guess which one I took? What would the human side effects of cat dewormer be? The fact that you're still taking the photo and uploading it means, I guess, you're okay. If you're okay after the first, 12 hours, you're probably fine. Not many things have like some crazy years-long delayed reaction that you took this pill 10 years ago and now suddenly you have cancer. So you're probably okay. I'm not a doctor, but you're probably okay. Russia changed their flag near their border with Lithuania into Soviet Union flag. I feel like this is more of a mildly interesting thing because I have no idea what the context would possibly be for the. Obviously, you could interpret it as, invading Ukraine, trying to reestablish the Soviet Union or something like that, but I don't know that is necessarily what this is. I just don't know. I have no idea. Yeah. Is this a Russian government building? Is this a private building with the flagpole? Like, I just don't know. I don't know enough to call it mildly infuriating. Could just been a person. Wife says the steak I made for her isn't cooked enough. I cooked this and broiled it and made sure to temp it, and she said the red still means raw. You made your steak look like chicken. It doesn't even look like steak anymore. It's terrible. How is that still raw? That's wild. It looks like it looks grainy. Like it's just gonna be hard and tough and like turkey. It looks like turkey. This looks like a Thanksgiving turkey. Are you sure that's steak? It's fricked. It's the worst steak I've ever seen. Oh man, that's awful. Oh God. If you just like based on that thumbnail image right there, I would have not guessed. I would not have thought that was beef. I would have thought that was chicken or turkey that had a little bit of like, it's not blood, but sometimes it can have a little redness It doesn't look right. The amount of color correction they use when filming this James Bond movie in my country, like, it's a cool shot and all, but why do they have to overcook us that much? It looks like the Gobi Desert winds just rolled in. I'm going to not click on something that has footage from a James Bond movie, because I don't want to get obliterated by copy strike. So anyway, this sign at a local Subway that mails paper coupons out every other week. We don't not accept paper. Well, they say they don't not, so that means they clearly do accept paper coupons still. I don't know. Maybe you should have gone inside and you should have tried to use them, because in my book, that looks like they do still accept paper coupons. This seems like a reading comprehension problem, unless you went into the store and you verified it. But, like, yeah. Also, the wrong accept. It's just like, God. They tried. We don't not accept for paper coupons anymore. We don't not. What do you don't not? What is it that you don't not? You don't not. So you do. You just do. Accept paper coupons anymore. So, like, anything except paper coupons can do. They do. They can do. Except the paper coupons. But they do everything else. Oh, God. The Home Depot in my town installed parking curbs instead of speed bumps. I saw this video. Like, what? Okay. Oh, God. Why would you even do this? Why? Oh, freaking balls, dude. Why did you drive over it? This clearly isn't a speed bump. These are clearly the parking curb things. Are they installing? Wait, is he installing it? Is he actually putting it in and not taking it? How would you? I'm so confused. Is this someone vandalizing? Is this actually the Home Depot itself? That location doing? Is he really? Are these supposed to? Maybe these are supposed to be parking spots. And people are just driving through? Dude, I don't. It says the blame was passed around a bunch. They were removed the next day after the mayor and the news got involved. Okay. So I guess this is actually the driveway? What? Okay, so them installing them instead of actual speed bumps is absurd. But also, if you use your eyes, right, you can tell that's a parking block curb thing. It's not a speed bump. So you would be like, I don't want to drive over that. You would say, I'm going to figure out another way out. Now, if people were parked and they were actually just trapped and could not get out without driving over it, that'd be a different thing. But it just feels to me like there's other ways out and people still elected to drive over them. So it's a little bit of like double-sided. What the frick are you doing? Anyway, why? Goes to bed. My nostrils. Dude, why is it that way all the time? Fortunately, it's usually it'll usually be whatever side, I sleep on my side, and whatever side goes to the pillow gets plugged up. But generally my left nostril is more open than my right nostril. And maybe that's why I gravitate towards, I sleep on my right, so my right nostril is like in the pillow, and I'm snorkeling out of my left nostril. That's just how I am usually. But, yeah. It's not as bad, though, as I think some other people have it. Unless I'm sick, in which case, at least one nostril will be 100% obstructed, and the other will be partially. So, yeah, man. Rough life. Anyway, got a splinter from my own beard in the middle of an argument with my girlfriend about my beard being dry. This is so relatable. the amount of times that I have given myself a freaking beard splinter. And I'm like, how did humanity manage to go this far with these stupid, unforced error defects? Also, okay, the worst part, you're doing the beard trim, and then you finish up, and you got the trimmings, like they're all over your hands, right? Because it scatters under your hands, and so you do this, right? You do this to just get it off your hands, and you splinter yourself. And it's just like, are you kidding me, man? I'm just trying to get the hair off my freaking hand. Ugh. It's so annoying. So I have to be mindful to not do like as much of a like this. It's got to be more of like a this. It's got to be more like a this to try to just shake it off instead of a like, if I do too much like this, almost always splinter myself. It's infuriating, man. It's the worst. I don't know if I've done it off of an existing hair that's been in, like it's actually come off into my finger as a splinter, but just the worst. Stole a can of Pepsi from my fiance of 9 years. This is how I find my Terry's chocolate orange? I'm so confused by this caption. Maybe it's like a joke about you stole a Pepsi, but you've been engaged for 9 years? And also, what is a Terry's chocolate orange? Hope you, and it looked like engouged at first. Hope you enjoyed the Pepsi. What is this that I'm not understanding that was apparently really relatable to 83,000 people? I don't get it. I see. So he stole a can of Pepsi, and so she ate a chocolate orange, which is a candy, and put a note on it, knowing that you stole a Pepsi. Just a weird post. Like, I don't know if this is. I'm wondering if there's like some animosity here built up over the course of 9 years of being engaged but not married. I don't know that I've ever heard of a longer engagement than that. Like, that's very impressive in and of itself. But like, I don't know, man. I feel like if there's a Pepsi in the refrigerator, unless this is some kind of like collectible edition that you can never get ever again, you got from a different country, imported it, went through some freaking tariffs on import of a fancy Pepsi, like, it's just a Pepsi in the fridge. Isn't that kind of fair game? Versus more of a specialty thing, which it sounds like the chocolate orange is maybe more of a specialty delicacy, which isn't quite as fair game, but this is weird. Anyway, moving along. Accidentally ordered food to my dad's house. Appreciate it. No problem. Is this like you once were at your dad's house and you ordered some food and you kept the address stored in the delivery app and it was the last place you ordered to, and you forgot to change the address when you were making your next order because you were like, I've always ordered home, and you forgot about that last one where you're actually at your dad's house, and so the food ended up going to your dad's house. So what are you going to do at that point, right? It's a different store, possibly pretty far away. What's he going to do? Waste a free pizza especially if it was charged a credit card in advance? Just like, sure, I'll sign and add a little bit of tip that I'm not even paying for the tip. Might as well. But that does seem like a pretty easy mistake to make. And kind of want Domino's pizza now. Oh man, God, I love pizza. I actually had pizza last night, and I had the night before because I ordered pizza 2 nights ago, but I only ate half of it, and I ordered the other half. I love pizza. It's so good. Couldn't you just print the hours there? Store hours. Scan the QR code for more information. You see, they could print the store hours there. However, then they wouldn't be able to get your email address and other information to be able to hit you with marketing. Also, I will say, though, the one potential justification here is that if there's holiday hours, which we're approaching that holiday season. I'm not a fan of the holiday season, by the way. I feel like nothing gets done, and I need stuff to get done on the house. And there's always work to be done, but nobody's like, there's no work being done. And I'm like, I'm doing the work, but then nobody else is doing the work. And people are gonna be, you're such a humbug. People don't want to work. And I'm like, but I want to get things done. I'm the worst kind of person. Anyway, there might be holiday hours that they're trying to put and allow you to be more dynamic on the hours and stuff like that. And that's what's going on. But I don't know. Have I tried calming down and enjoying relaxing? I can't do that. That's actually not possible. I must be productive at all times. I cannot be. Like, if I'm just sitting and not doing anything, then I'm like, but I'm not being productive. I could be doing productive things. So anyway, that's it for the last month of Mildly Infuriating. I hope you've been infuriated. Make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time.